What is going on, everybody? This is the DrawDownKing. It's Easter Sunday. All right, I believe it's the 31st. Yeah, March the 31st, Easter Sunday. 1:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got the University of Tennessee game coming up here in about an hour. I'm trying to head out for a hike, get back in time to watch that game. Go Tennessee! Go Vols! All right. Had some interesting games last night. You have Duke versus NC State after that. Somewhere around 5-ish or so. Duke versus NC State, baby. So this is a good segue into health and nutrition. Obviously, I like shitty junk food just as much as anybody. I'm sitting here eating some M&Ms. Caramel M&Ms, I don't know. Forgot I had them. I was cleaning the car. They were in the back, the floorboard. I'm chowing them down. Why I'm talking about what not to eat, which includes what I'm eating right now. Freaking beautiful. Eating this junky shit food right now. Well, I'm saying when you're trading and you're sedentary, I'm going to do a whole long series. This is going to be a long, drawn-out series on health, nutrition, food. Why you shouldn't go crazy lifting weights and doing a bunch of cardio if you're trying to lose weight. And usually that just ends up packing on pounds to your ass. Packing on weight to your bottom line. So, especially in the recent years, health concerns, illnesses, viruses, obesity, extreme obesity, morbid obesity, morbidly obese. So this may be a shorter walk today than I wanted it to be, but got to get back to watch that game, baby. And see what happens there. So I'm taking it sort of easy right now. Driving across a nice lake. Not many people out on the lake right now where I'm at. A few people out goobering around. I got to go back out later as well. So when I'm doing these, I'm going to be rambling on. Obviously, there's never any script. There's never any formal analysis, no prompters, no editing. What I say is what I say. Usually no music in the background. Sometimes maybe not. Usually not. Gonna definitely be shorter than most people's podcasts. I mean, people do like hour, 2-3 hours long. Woo. I never really listen to podcasts. I'm not going to lie. It's too much rambling for me. They're too long. They laugh and get people hysterical. Agree with me? Do you agree with me? Agree with me or else? Or You agree with something else, I'm going to tear you a new butthole. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is, to be honest with you, when I'm listening to podcasts. There's not many topics out there, to be honest with you, that interest me, because I like to ask questions and think about things from a micro and macro. What do they say, micromanagement or micromanager? Or I think I had there it is. Got one of these here energy drinks. It's True North. They taste like complete trash. It's like 0 calories. It's water with caffeine in it, basically. I'm going right next to a church here. They're out. Everybody's got their church underwear on or whatever. I mean, I guess. I'm talking about underwear. Hopefully they're not wearing their church underwear in public without having their church clothes on top. That would just be a catastrophe. So I'm going to get here. I'm going to jump in and start hiking. Maybe I'll do an episode when I'm hiking. Maybe you got a bunch of wind in the background. Hey, that's just part of it. I'm doing this live. I'm not really too concerned about getting background noise and things like this. To be honest, I do not have time to go back and review and edit and listen to these episodes. I just go straight for it. I would actually be going live, but the new podcasting software I'm using doesn't necessarily have that option to go live. The prior podcasting host that I was using, I started a new account. I mean, they've been around for a while. Spreaker, they were bought by iHeartRadio. Started getting a bit pansy-ass, to be honest with you, when they got bought out by iHeartRadio. Just pansy-ass. It just doesn't make sense how everybody gets pansy-ass. They get bought out by somebody else and they turn into a big pansy-ass. I don't like pansy-ass bullshit. Like Apple, now, when Steve Jobs had passed away and then Tim Cook took over, there was a certain pansy-assness that happened to the feel and the thought of the company. Started becoming, and it's sort of a reverse pansy-assness. I mean, they used to be about creatives and building their customer base, catering to certain groups and this and that, and the artist formerly known as Apple, the company formerly known as Apple, they started eating more cake, and then they started just starting getting investors and being pushed around by the likes of people like Carl Icahn. I mean, that old fart. I don't know him, but he seems like a miserable person, if you ask me. Gotten used to having his way, and he started pushing Apple around to do share buybacks, increase the dividends, and all this shit that diluted the quality of Apple. But even before then, once they started getting on the tangent of iPhones, and really the iPhone came out, the iPads came out, it started watering down the rest of Apple, just to be honest with you. Started diluting what they were known for. Started diluting the excitement of new software and new hardware. I mean, none of that stuff's exciting at all anymore. It's just boring as shit. I might as well be watching a feature list of Windows 10 or Windows 11, or and when you click on this, it opens into a separate screen. You can then click on this icon on this screen to make it bigger. You're going to increase the size of the icon and the viewable area by going from a uniform 87.5% to 94%. To an impossibly large 100 to 125%. That's larger than life. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of hocus pocus bullshit. None of this stuff, none of this technology is interesting anymore. It's just watered down. When I see something that's sort of neat, it's cool. I enjoy it. But still a lot of watered down things out there that really aren't inspiring. Nothing really I could put my teeth into to say, hey, you know, you may want to try this out. This is better than this because it's exciting. It's better. It makes this. It does this. It's easier. It's fundamentally makes changes in your life and your thought process and flows more along the lines of how you think versus how technicians or coders think. You know, that kind of stuff. Whatever the case, whatever technology you think. I'm getting here to where I'm at, so I'm going to have to pick this one up. It's going to be a 2-part series. I'll label it Part 1, Part 2. Maybe I'll do 3 or 4 sections. This will be a special Easter broadcast. I don't even know. I think I know what Easter is. Something to do about Jesus or something, hunting Easter eggs or something. I don't know. Or hiding Easter eggs and Jesus found them or something. I don't know. Eating those, what are those little puffy yellow bunnies with the marshmallow peeps? Jesus was eating a peep. We didn't hear a peep after the peep got eaten. Not sure if that offended anybody, but I don't read into holidays and stuff like that. I don't really care. I'm not a fan of holidays. They just slow everything down. I've really never liked holidays, and you're not going to change my mind to have me start enjoying massive consumerism that goes into spending all kinds of money and, you know, doing something special on that one holiday when you're not doing it the rest of the year. Just not my cup of tea. So I'm here where I need to be right now. I'm going to be pulling in to where I need to go right now, and we'll be back here a little later with more twists and turns on the special multi-part series here on the Easter. So I got to go. Maybe we'll hunt for some Easter eggs or something later. But I do got to run right now. Probably going to make this a short hike. And I'll come back and do part 2 of the hike in a multi-follow-up series to the multi-part series that I've got going here today. Appreciate you listening. This is DrawDownKing here. Kept it under 15 minutes long. And by the way, really long podcasts suck, and I'm not going to listen to any of them. In fact, I probably listened to less than a couple podcasts. I don't listen to music in the car. I've used an iPod or iPhone to play music in the car less than probably 5 or 10 times ever in my life. When I used to work for Apple, I used to sell this shit. I used to do this all day and tout the benefits of why you had to have all this stuff. And guess what? I didn't care anything about it, just to be honest with you. Have a great day. This Podcast King. Podcast King. That's actually not Podcast King. It's DrawDownKing. DrawDownKing. DrawDownKing.